One of the objectives of Louisville Now is to let you know what's going on in the city and the people who work behind the scenes. Of course, Louisville Metro Council is on the front of everything, and with me now is Councilwoman Betsy Ruhe, and Betsy is in charge of District 21. Betsy, welcome back. We talk quite often.
Yes, we do. Thank you for having me join you.
I always love when I get to chat with you. You seem to be everywhere. I know you've been busy lately, so for those who are watching Louisville Now, tell me a little bit about what's going on in District 21.
Well, I can tell you, I was on Preston Highway yesterday, and construction has already started for the new Humane Society campus over there. It's going to be huge.
All right. Are you excited?
I am thrilled. I was thrilled when they announced they're going to be there, and I'm like, look, they're moving dirt. Yes.
That's a big part of what you do. We talk a lot, whether it be with you, other council members, with Mayor Greenberg, economic development. So you just mentioned one project. Anything else happening in District 21 that you'd like to talk about?
Well, we can switch from the east side of the airport fairgrounds corridor to the west side, and they're continuing progress on the Highland Park Mountain Bike Skills Park up under the Waterson.
Oh, wait a minute now. You're going to have to tell me a little bit more about this. This is new to me, so enlighten me, if you would,
Okay.
Betsy.
Well, we have probably 2 acres up underneath the Waterson Expressway, and you can't develop it. But it was largely what they want to call like a nuisance, an attractive nuisance. So it's just bare dirt. But we're working on building a mountain bike skills park under there.
Oh, okay.
So that requires nothing happening to all the pylons and everything going on with the overpasses there. But it makes a positive use of the area. And there's no mountain bike skills park anywhere in this region. So we've had people reach out to us from across several states looking forward to having this come in.
All right. So this might not only impact locals, but the entire region, correct?
Absolutely.
All right. I love hearing that. You and I had a chance to chat a little bit before we turned on the cameras, and we were talking about the success that is Louder Than Life, Bourbon and Beyond, the music festivals that come to town. You're the district that has to hear all of the calls, whether it be complaints or compliments. So overall, I'm curious, look back, how did it go for you?
It went very well. I'm happy with working with Danny Wimmer Presents, and I found it so interesting because the technology that they've got to control noise, the first night of the concerts over on the west side of the district, which now they get the noise, it was loud then, but the rest of the time, I didn't really get any complaints about it. However, I got complaints on the other side where they used to get the music, and now they're like, we want our concerts back.
Oh, interesting. See, I did not realize there was actually a part of that audience that says, we want it back, we want to hear it. I'm always hearing about the complaints. So you get both sides of it, I guess, yes.
Yeah, well, that area right off Preston Highway, they have their own little industry parking cars. And they're up till like 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, and people have told me that they've picked people up who have walked out because they couldn't figure out where they left their car, and they went and got them, and just, it's a big industry for them, and it's so helpful for them, and it's just fun.
Well, Councilwoman Ruhe, I hate to throw a wet towel on this, but this is a conversation I feel like we should have. Flight 2976, I don't know what your relationship is with the airport, District 21. You kind of bump right up against it, don't you? Exactly what do you cover and what is your relationship with the airport?
Okay, well, the airport is in District 21. But as you go south below the airport and you cross Fern Valley Road, you hit a set of railroad tracks. And that's the dividing line. So when the tragedy happened with the plane crash, everybody was looking to me, and I'm looking around because first I had to figure out where the crash actually happened. And once we realized, it's like, you guys need to go talk to Councilman Syme because he's got the crash in his district. So really the tragedies and everything suddenly fell on him, and nobody even was noticing.
Yeah, but I know this. You were on site. You wanted to be a part of any help you could provide. All in all, and it's really hard to find any positives, but because it was unprecedented, I thought it was handled about as well as it could be considering. Your thoughts?
I thought it was handled amazingly well. I complimented the fire chief for how quickly they got it the fire put out, and Jody Myman with emergency services. He actually got a compliment from Mr. Inman, who's running the NTSB investigation, and he said that he was so impressed with how well prepared he was to manage this whole ongoing thing. I talked to Jody yesterday, and they are still out there working on site, and they will be for, he doesn't know, several more weeks.
Because it's unprecedented. It is, I think it's one of those things where you just do the best you can as things progress. You got to, of course, you got to cooperate with federal authorities as well. So, but thank you for all that you've done to help us recover as a community. I think the whole nation was in shock there. But before I let you go, okay, we talked about District 21 and what's going on there. But I do think, despite some of the tragedies we had to work our way through, I get a positive vibe out of this administration, the Metro Council, gelling, working well together. How do you feel?
I appreciate the earnestness of our mayor and his continued focus on things like the South End, which is in South Louisville, which is frequently neglected in city budgets, and his continued focus on our immigrant communities and ensuring that they get recognized and supported, is because they are such a large part of our community.
Yes. Betsy Ruhe, I enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Betsy Ruhe, District 21, a little bit of an update from her. Once again, we're coming to you from the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport.